Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hola a todos. Buenas tardes. I will not be able to give class in person, but I wanted to make sure that I recorded this class. That way we don't get too behind. No voy a poder dar la clase en persona, pero decidí que quería grabar esta clase para que no nos atrasemos demasiado. First, I just want to review what we kind of like left off on with the simple present and the present continuous and the past continuous. So yo quiero primero una vez más repasar lo que hemos visto de lo de las oraciones en presente simple, en presente continuo, en el pasado continuo. Solo porque sé que pues no hemos podido tener bien esa como la clase. And so I really just want us to kind of review this again. So we have the simple present, right? So here we have the subject, I, you, he, she, we, they, and then we have the verb, dance, right? That's just how the verb is regular in the present, regular dance. And we see that it only changes for he, she, and of course it. We just add an S, right? So I dance, you dance. Now we have the subject he. So he dances, she dances, we dance, they dance. Then we have the simple present negative sentences. What we see here, just a reminder, right? The verb as it is in the present stays exactly as it is. We do not add an S. It is simple present, but it's negative. So once again, we do not add an S to he or she. And what changes is that to make it negative, we say do not or don't, right? I do not dance or I don't dance. But for he, she, and it, we're going to use doesn't. Okay, so I don't dance, you don't dance. He doesn't dance, she doesn't dance, we don't dance, and they don't dance. All right, then we have present continuous. So remember, for a sentence to be continuous, the verb, right, is going to be an ing in the end. So here we have, I am dancing, you are dancing, he is dancing, she is dancing, we are dancing, they are dancing. So we have the verb to be, and then we have the verb in the continuous format. So I am, you are, he is, she is, we are, they are, and then the verb, dancing, 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 dancing. Then we have the present continuous negative sentences, right? So once again, the verb has to be in the continuous form, right? So dancing, 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 dancing. And we just have to put the not after the subject and the verb to be, right? So I am not dancing, you are not dancing, he is not dancing, she is not dancing, we are not dancing, they are not dancing. Then we see the simple past. So the simple past for just regular verbs, what do? We add ed or d. For example, for dance, dance already has an e at the end, so we just add the d. And it does this one, simple past, right? Affirmative sentence, it doesn't change for the subject he or she. It's danced for all of them. I danced, you danced, he danced. She danced, we danced, they danced. Then we have the simple past, negative. That means the verb stays as it is in the present, right? But what makes it in the past is we use did not. So I did not dance, you did not dance, he did not dance, she did not dance, we did not dance, they did not dance. Sorry, one second. And then we have past continuous, right? So what makes it in the past? It's the verb to be in the past, right? Which changes depending on the subject, right? Was and were. So the verb has to be continuous, right? Dancing. I was dancing, you were dancing, he was dancing, she was dancing, we were dancing, they were dancing. Then we have the past continuous, right? The verb stays continuous, right? Because it's continuous. And we're just going to add the not, right? I was not dancing or I wasn't dancing. You weren't dancing, he wasn't dancing, she wasn't dancing, we weren't dancing, they weren't dancing. And I sent all of these to the WhatsApp group in messages. So you guys can copy and paste maybe on a Word document or anything that really helps you guys out. Then we have information questions, right? So this is an information question in present simple, right? Esa es una pregunta informativa en el presente simple. So what do you dance? What does he dance? What does she dance? What do we dance? What do they dance? Okay. Then we have information questions in present continuous, right? What are you dancing to? What is he dancing to? What is she dancing to? What are we dancing to? And what are they dancing to? We see that the verb, right, is continuous form. Then we have yes, no questions in present simple, right? Son preguntas sí o no en presente simple. Una pregunta sí o no significa que cuando haces la pregunta se tiene que responder inicialmente con un sí o un no. Sí, puedo hacer esto. No, puedo hacer lo otro. Sí, me gusta. No, me gusta. Okay? Then we have, do you dance every day? Does he dance every day? Does she dance every day? Do we dance every day? Do they dance every day, right? And then we have yes, no questions in present continuous. Are you dancing salsa right now? Is he dancing salsa right now? Is she dancing salsa right now? Are we dancing salsa right now? And are they dancing salsa right now? We see the verb to be, right? And we see the verb, the continuous verb, dancing. Okay, that's just a review. I sent you guys the questions and I sent you guys the simple present, affirmative sentence, simple present, negative. Like I said, I would recommend copy paste in a Word document, or if you only have your notebook, then I would recommend that you write it in your notebook. Okay. If I remember right, I think we went through the first exercise, but just to keep order, we're gonna go through the first exercise again, and then from there, we'll do the rest of the exercises for chapter 6, and then finish up chapter 6. So let me. All right, so. Okay. So like I said, I think this one we already went through it, but we'll start from here and then we'll go through all the exercises. Okay. So part A, complete the sentences with was or were, right? So completen las oraciones usando was or were. Number 1, Joe was making photocopies at 10 a.m. Bridget was scanning documents at 10 a.m., right? Was because it's she. Bridget and Joe writing emails at 11 a.m. So that Bridget and Joe would be they. So that would be were. They were writing emails at 11 a.m. They writing emails about the meeting. So they were. I talking to you on the phone at 11. I was. Okay, number 6, we were talking about the meeting. And 7, the manager, so that could be a he or a she, was getting ready for the meeting at 11:30 a.m. Okay, so then we go to part B, match the question with the answers, use the information from A, right? Tienes que buscar la respuesta a las preguntas usando la información de la parte A. Number 1, what was Joe doing at 10 a.m.? D, he was making photocopies. All right, so we're going to put that. That'll help us as well if we put that there. Okay. Number 2, what was Bridget doing at 10 a.m.? So Bridget was scanning documents, right? So let's look for here. She was scanning documents. That's a letter F. We'll put F right here. And we'll say we use that already. Okay. Number 3, what were Bridget and Joe writing at 11 a.m.? Okay, Bridget and Joe were writing emails at 11 a.m. So they were writing emails, which is letter G, right? Okay. Number 4, what were Bridget and Joe writing about? So they were writing emails about the meeting. So they were writing about the meeting. That's letter B. Letter B. I'll put that right there. Number 5. When was I talking to you on the phone? I was talking to you on the phone at 11 a.m., right? So, yeah, you were talking to me at 11 a.m. That's letter C. Okay. Number 6. What were we talking about? We were talking about the meeting, right? Letter E. And when was the manager getting ready for the meeting? Letter A. She was getting ready for the meeting at 11:30 a.m. Remember, if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the next class. That way we can go through them, okay? So that is done with that one. Let's go to the next one, which is 6. All right. It's taking a little bit to, okay, there we go. All right. So this one I think we didn't go through, but if we did, it's okay. We're just gonna go through all the exercises for the unit 6. Okay. A, read Martin's schedule for yesterday. Then complete the sentences with past continuous, right? So, lea el itinerario de ayer de Martín. Complete las oraciones con el pasado continuo, right? Past continuous. So we see that at 9, he visit him in the hospital. At 11, he eat lunch with Joe. At 2, jog in the park. At 5, talk to Priya on the phone. And 7, study with my sister, right? Visit Kim in the hospital, eat lunch with Joe, jog in the park, talk to Priya on the phone, study with my sister. Okay. So number 1, Martin, Kim in the hospital at 9, right? Martin was visiting Kim in the hospital at 9. Okay. Martin and Joe, lunch at 11. So they were eating, right? Were eating. Martin in the park at 2. So Martin is equal to he. So was jogging in the park at 2. Number 4, Martin and Priya at 5. So here, right, we have talk on the phone. So Martin and Priya were talking. We're talking. And I would even say on the phone at 5. Okay. And then number 5, Martin and his sister at 7. Martin and his sister were studying. All right. Okay, then we go to part B. Complete the conversation with past continuous questions. Use the words in the parentheses, right? Completen la conversación con preguntas del pasado, usando el pasado continuo, usando palabras en el paréntesis. Number 1, I called you on Saturday. You weren't home. What were you doing? I was working at the office with Jim. Then we have what Jim do? He was typing. I was helping him, right? So what was Jim doing? Okay. Then we have who you writing to. Who were you writing to? We were writing to our boss. And then number 4, why you write to your boss, right? Why were you writing to your boss? We were writing to tell him we don't want to work on the weekends. Oh, wow. They're probably going to get fired, right? Okay. So then we clear all this and we go to the next exercise, right? Exercise number 35. Oh, I muted myself. Okay. Here we have exercise 35. So, complete the sentences. Use the past continuous and the words from the box. Parte A. Complete las oraciones. Usa el pasado continuo y las palabras que están en la caja. Recuerden que no se van a repetir. Right? Remember, they're not going to repeat. So, Jen was jogging in the park at 8 a.m. yesterday. She, English with Ahmed at 10 a.m. Right? I would say she was studying, right? English with Ahmed at 10 a.m. They lunch at 1 p.m. Right? They were eating lunch at 1 p.m. Jen, 2 CDs at 3:30 p.m. Jen, right, which is equal to she, was listening to CDs at 3:30 p.m. Her parents at the office at 5 p.m. Her parents were working at the office at 5 p.m. Perfect, okay? Now we go to part B. Complete the questions with the past continuous or simple past. Use the word in the parentheses, right? So dice, completen las preguntas con el pasado continuo o con el pasado simple. Así que recuerden, pasado continuo o pasado simple. Use las palabras en el paréntesis, right? So, hi, Dana. What were you doing yesterday? So there, we know it's in the past, right? Yesterday, right? I was moving into my apartment. Who helped you? Right? Who was helping you? Right? And we know that it is continuous because we have were and we have the verb in the ing, right? Then we have where you move. Where did you move? And I would say, where did you move to? I moved to High Street. This question is in the simple past, right? Because we see that the verb in the answer is moved. It doesn't say moving, so it's not continuous. It's moved. Okay. Where you lived before, right? Where were you living before, right? I was living on Oak Street. We know that it is in the continuous because we see that the verb is ing, right? Living. And then we have the last question, question number 5. I moved because I found a bigger apartment, right? So this is going to be in the simple past because the verb is in the simple past, right? Moved. It's not continuous. It's not moving. So why did you move, right? Why did you move? All right. And then we're going to go to the next exercise. So let me delete these answers. I'm gonna do my best to not have the baby crying too much, but he's kind of grouchy and he's with me, so sorry. Okay. So we have exercise now 36, all right? It says complete the conversation with was not, or were not, right? Entonces dice la parte A, completa la conversación usando was not, o were not. So we have, hello, Rachel, you sound tired. Were you sleeping? And so we have, no, I wasn't. I was reading. Were you reading the book for English class? Yes, I was, right? Were you? No, I wasn't. I was studying with my brother. Were you studying math? Yes, we were. Was he helping you? No, he wasn't. I was helping him. That's nice. Hey, were you and your dog jogging in the park yesterday? No, we weren't. Maybe it was my brother. Okay. Now we're going to go to part B. Write the ing form of the verbs. Okay. Se escribe la forma con ing de los verbos. So make, making. Do, doing. Practice, practicing. Practicing. Work, working. Jog, jogging. Drive, driving. Ay, papito. Driving. Ay. Driving. Use, using. Look, looking. Shop, shopping. And take, taking. That is exercise 36. All right, let's clear this. All right. We have exercise 37. We have write, yes, no questions. Use the words in the parentheses, then answer the questions with the information in the chart. Okay. Escribe preguntas sí o no. Use las palabras en el paréntesis. Luego conteste las preguntas con información que tienen aquí. Right? So we have Joe, Katia, Ruth, Pablo, Brenda, and Simon. And we have things that they do, right? Write an email, make copies, send a fax, talk on the phone, eat lunch. So number 1, was Joe typing a letter? No, he wasn't, right? And we have Katia. We would have, let's do it from over here because it might be a little one, right? Was Katia talking on the phone? Let's look. Talk on the phone. Yes, she was. Then we have Ruth and Pablo send a fax. Okay. Were Ruth and Pablo sending a fax? So Ruth and Pablo send a fax. Yeah. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Okay. Then were Katia and Simon eating lunch. Okay, Simon is the right email. And Katia is talking on the phone, so no, they weren't. Brenda made copies, okay? Was Brenda making copies? Now let's look at Brenda. She's eating lunch, so no, she wasn't. And then we have Simon. Simon writes an email. We see that there's a check mark there, so was Simon writing an email? Yes, he was. Okay, then we have part B. Complete the paragraph with the ing form of the words in the box. Second, let me just answer this real quick. We need to answer something real quick, you guys. Okay. All right. All right. So complete the paragraph with ing form of the words in the box, right? Completen el párrafo con la forma ing de la palabra, de una de las palabras que esté en la caja, right? So yesterday I was driving to work in my car. My sister was with me. First we were English. So let's go over here, put this on drive. First we were English. She was let's skip that one for now. She was me, new words. She was, let's wait on that one. I was the definitions. All right, so I was look let me see. I don't want to give you guys a wrong answer. And then we were two CDs. Okay, that one's easy, right? Listening. Listening. Two CDs. Okay. We were at a stop light. We were waiting, right? Waiting. What's over there? Okay. She was out the window. She was looking out the window, right? Our brother was I would say jogging. In the park. She could see him from the car. Sorry. I think he's hungry. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so then we go back to, let's go back to this. I was the definition, so I was giving, right? I was giving the definitions. Okay. And then here I would say she was sorry, I might actually change that up. Let me fix this. Okay, first we were practicing English, so that for sure. Correct. practicing English. She was saying me new words. No. She was giving me new words. I was saying the definitions. I think that's the only way it'll work. So yesterday I was driving to work in my car. My sister was with me. First, we were practicing English. She was giving me new words. I was saying the definitions. Then we were listening to CDs. We were waiting at a stoplight. She was looking out the window. Our brother was jogging in the park. She could see him from the car. Okay. All right, that one took me a little bit more work to figure it out. And we're gonna go to the next exercise, all right? So clear all drawings. We're gonna go to the next one. All right, sorry. Okay. So here we're on exercise number 38. All right, I think the baby needs to eat a little bit. Okay. Write yes, no questions in the simple past or the past continuous. Use the verbs in the parentheses. Okay. Escribe preguntas de sí o no en el pasado simple o en el pasado continuo usando los verbos en el paréntesis. Okay. This one could be tricky. Este podría ser un poco difícil. No sé. Vamos a repasarlo, right? Like this one might have been tricky for some, maybe for some, no. The trick to kind of know what you're supposed to do, right? Yo lo que les recomiendo es look at the answer. Miren la respuesta. If it has didn't, did, what does that mean? Think about it. It means the question is going to be in the simple past. If the answer has was, wasn't, were, weren't, that means the answer is going to be in the past continuous. Okay? So we have number one, Priya to work yesterday. No, she didn't. Okay? We know that that means that it's in the simple past, which means that we're going to use did. Did Priya go to work yesterday? No, she didn't. Okay? So then we go to number two. We have sleep and no, she wasn't, right? So we're going to go here. We're going to write. Was she sleeping? Okay. Then we go to number three. Yes, she was. And we have study. Was she studying? Okay. Number four. Do. Well on her test. Yes. Yes, she did. Okay. So did she do well on her test? Yes, she did. Okay, number five, study. Yesterday, no, I wasn't. Right? Were you studying yesterday? Okay, number six, work. Yes, I was. Were you working? Okay. Number seven, have you and Priya lunch yesterday? So we did you and Priya have lunch yesterday? And then we have talk about your English session. No, we didn't. Did okay. Did you talk about your English class? No, we didn't. Okay. Then we go to part B. Complete Carla's phone message. Use the correct form of the words in the box, right? Completen el mensaje de teléfono de Carla. Use la forma correcta de las palabras en la caja, right? Hello, Rick. It's Carla. I was working at Office Pro yesterday, and I didn't. You were there. Okay. Were you sick? Okay, so for yesterday, and I didn't, I would say C. But we'll see. We'll fix it if it's wrong. I didn't see you there. Okay. So we already have work and C. Okay. Did you oversleep? That's the reason a lot of people miss work. They oversleep. Did you? A lot of people were at the store. A lot of people were, if it's a store, shopping. Hi, sorry. Shopping. Okay. It was so busy. We didn't have so let's put this so have oh my baby. At home, my mom was making, right? Making. I was making dinner and she asked me to help. I was cutting vegetables for a long time. I was so tired after dinner, I didn't do my homework. Right? So then let's read it all together. Hello, Rick, it's Carla. I was working at Office Pro yesterday and I didn't see you there. Were you sick? Did you oversleep? A lot of people were shopping at the store. It was so busy. We didn't have enough people working. At home, my mom was making dinner and she asked me to help. I was cutting vegetables for a long time. I was so tired after dinner. I didn't do my homework last night. Could you please help me with it tonight? Call me. Okay. 1 second. This baby. So much work. Okay. Let me delete all the answers. And we're gonna go to the next exercise. Oh, no, sorry. That's the last exercise for that one. Okay. So now we're gonna go to the hold on. We're gonna go to the book. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, so here we have the book. I'm gonna zoom in real quick. We have some vocabulary related to this. So we have counselor, senior, and volunteer. Counselor, someone who gives you advice. Senior, an older person, often a retired person. Volunteer, someone who works to help others and isn't paid, right? So, consejero, alguien que da consejos. Senior es una persona mayor, muchas veces están retirados. Volunteer, someone who works to help others. So, un voluntario es alguien que trabaja para otros y para alguien, perdón, es alguien que trabaja para ayudar a otros y que no recibe pago. Now, I'm going to read this webpage right here, part D, right? Voy a leer la parte D, but since you guys are doing this from home, I recommend that you read it. Read it out loud so you practice your reading and your pronunciation to an extent as well, right? So yo voy a leer esto porque pues no estoy presente con ustedes, pero yo les recomiendo que en sus casas ustedes lo lean y lo practiquen, ¿verdad? Para que practiquen su lectura y también su pronunciación. All right. So let me read it to you. It says, caregiver support. Are you taking care of an elderly parent? Do you find it difficult to cope with the daily tasks and responsibility? Do you feel lonely and depressed? We can offer practical and emotional support. Learn more at supportforcaregivers.org. Counseling service. Do you feel anxious and stressed? Do you feel sad or hopeless? Are you worried about your job or about a divorce? Is your child's behavior difficult to understand? Get advice on these issues with experienced and trained counselors. Call 610-555-4321. Food Bank. Do you want to contribute your time to helping homeless and hungry people? Why not volunteer with us at the food bank? We need help with sorting, preparing, and delivering food. Job Advice Center. Are you looking for a job? Do you want to improve your resume or learn how to be successful at job interviews? Our center offers advice, training, workshops for job seekers of all ages. Contact us at worklifeadvising.com. Literacy Volunteer Group. Do you want to help others learn to read, write, and do basic math? Join our group as a volunteer and contribute to the community. Training workshops are once a month at the community center, 1305 Maple Drive, Springfield, and Senior Center. We offer services, information, and advice to men and women over 55. We organize talks, clubs, activities, and trips. Join us for a free lunch every second Sunday of the month. All right, and if there's any word you don't know, I recommend that you Google it. That way you also increase your vocabulary. Si hay alguna palabra que vean ahí que no la reconocen, yo les recomiendo que busquen la respuesta. Así pueden aumentar su vocabulario. All right, let me zoom out right here and let me go to the next page. Okay, so this is to check our understanding, right? Vamos a ver qué tanto entendimos de lo que aprendimos. Bueno, y de lo que leímos, ¿eh? So, what is the best title for this page? So, ¿cuál es el mejor título para esta página? Community services, medical help centers, educational opportunities. I would say community service, right? Letter A. My grandmother wants to make some friends. Where should she go? Caregiver support, literacy volunteer group, senior center. All right, it's a grandmother. She's probably older. She should probably go to a senior center. They have a lot of activities for elderly people. Okay, I want to help teach other people. Where should I go? You should probably go to the literacy volunteer group. Letter C. All right, 4. Which of these probably charges money for their services? Literacy volunteer group, job advice center, and food bank. I would say the job advice center, probably at a lower cost maybe, but that would be the one that charges. Okay, then we go to part G. Complete the sentences, use the words in the box, right? Completen esas oraciones, son palabras que están en la caja. A place where older people can meet is a senior center. You can to your community by helping others. You can contribute. Right? Puedes contribuir, contribute. Some people to help prepare meals for the homeless. Some people volunteer. Yes. And number 4, public libraries usually offer free internet services. Perfect. Okay. Let's zoom in a little bit here. We can read a bar chart about volunteering. Okay. So it says percent of population who volunteer on an average day by age. Un porcentaje de la población que es voluntario el promedio por día y por edad. Okay. So what do the colors red and blue represent? ¿Qué representan los colores rojo y azul? Men and women, right? What do the 6 sets of bars represent? ¿Qué representan las barras? Las 6 barras? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? I would say ages and days. What does the chart tell us about women volunteers? Okay. We see that the blue, no matter what the age, is always higher. So what does that mean? That means women tend to volunteer more than men. And then what does the chart tell us about senior volunteers? All right, senior, right? That seniors volunteer quite a bit. That's what it tells us there. Okay, we're gonna zoom out, and we're gonna go to the next page. Okay, this is the last page for the unit 6, so we'll be finishing this unit. And we have Lopez contracting, and we have some things, right? So it says, what do you see in the picture? I invite everybody to, write down what they see. So I see Lopez contracting. I see that people are probably calling in sick, right? Yo siento que es gente que está llamando que está enfermo. I see that somebody, I think Jack, because he's on top, I think that Jack has a problem with his back. His back hurts. And I see that Tom has a thermometer, so Tom might have a fever. And I see Sam Lopez, which is probably the owner of the company. He's very stressed out because people are calling in and he probably has work that needs to be done as soon as possible. So what is Sam Lopez doing? Sam Lopez is in the front office worried about who's going to come into work. Who is calling in sick, right? Jack and Tom are calling in sick. Jack hurt his back and Tom has a fever. And then we have, what does Sam have to do? Sam has to let people know that they're going to get behind, or he needs to hire some other people to help him for today because he's alone. All right, I'm gonna zoom out, and like I said, that is the end of the unit 6. So we are ready for unit 7. Okay, unit 7. I sent this in the group, all the pages for this unit, so you guys should have them readily available. So, what's for dinner? ¿Qué hay para cenar? All right, we'll zoom in. Here, we have some vocabulary that has to do with containers. So aquí tenemos un poco de vocabulario que tiene que ver con contenedores, right? So we have box, jar, can, carton, loaf, package, bottle, bag, 6-pack, bunch. Okay? So number 1 is a box, right? A box of spaghetti for $1.49. We have number 2, which is a jar of peanut butter for $3.40. We have 3, a can. I would say a can of tomato soup for $1.46. We have number 4, a carton of milk for $2.08. We have a loaf of bread for $2.49. We have a number 6, a package of cookies for $2.99. We have a bottle of olive oil for $6.09. We have a bag of chips for $1.99. We have a 6-pack of, I'm guessing soda, kind of looks like it could be Coca-Cola. And then we have a bunch of bananas for $1.59. Okay. All right, 1 second. I'm gonna have to pick up my baby. Ugh. Okay. I'm gonna have to zoom out, you guys. But remember, I sent you guys this page, so you guys should be able to work on it. Okay. Number 1, a carton of milk is $2.08. A what is $6.09? A bottle. Right, let me think. 7. Yes. A bottle. Okay. A of peanut butter is $3.40. A jar. All right. A of potatoes is $1.09. A bag. A what of bread is $2.49. A loaf. Okay, number 6. A what of bananas is a bunch. A what of soup is $1.46 a can of soup. A of spaghetti, a box of spaghetti. A what of cookies is $2.99. A package. Hi, package. A what of soda is $3.59. A 6-pack. All right, so then we're going to go to the next page where we have more vocabulary. All right, look at it, and I'm going to come back in just a quick little break. Okay, I am back, so sorry. Okay, here we have talk about weights and measurements, all right? So here, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. We have 1 gallon is equal to 4 quarts. 1 quart is equal to 2 pints. 1 pint is equal to 2 cups. 1 cup is equal to 8 ounces. 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And 1 tablespoon is equal to 3 teaspoons. Okay, so here we would do this part together, right? What is 1 cup of flour? Let's say number 2 because it's right across from there. So number 2. 1 gallon of water. Number 6. 1 pint of milk. Here we see the milk. Here we see the 1 pint. So number 4. 1 quart of milk. Number 3. 1 tablespoon of sugar. I would say that's a number 7. 1 teaspoon of salt. That would be number 5. And 12 ounces of oil. Number 8. Okay. So then we go here. And the most important part for number C, or letter C, is the conversions. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound of flour. There are 2 of 1 quart, right? 2 pints. So there are 2 pints in 1 quart of milk. There are 4 quarts in 1 gallon of water. There are 3 teaspoons and 1 tablespoon of sugar. And there are 8 ounces in 1 cup of milk. Perfect, all right? And then we're gonna go here and we're going to go to reading and writing. It says, we have here a blog post. Save money at the supermarket, okay? So save money at the supermarket. Posted by Jung Kim. It's important for me to save money at the supermarket. I have 5 children and they eat a lot. I go to the supermarket once a week before I go. I read the supermarket flyers and compare prices at different stores. Then I look for coupons in the newspaper and on the internet. At the supermarket, I check the unit prices and compare different brands. I often buy the store brands. They're usually cheaper than name brands. When I'm ready to pay, I take out all my coupons and give them to the cashier. I bring my own bags to the supermarket because my supermarket charges for plastic bags and it is good for the environment. Okay, let's see. We're going to check our understanding. We're going to say if these sentences are true or false based on the blog post. Jung Kim goes to the supermarket every day. True or false? Okay. She says here, I go to the supermarket once a week. So that is false. She compares prices in different stores. I read the supermarket flyers and compare prices at different stores. That is true. She looks for coupons on the internet. Before I go, I read the supermarket flyers and compare prices at different stores. Then I look for coupons in the newspaper and on the internet. So that is true. Number 4, she often forgets her coupons when she's ready to pay. So she says, when I'm ready to pay, I take out all my coupons. So she really doesn't forget them. False. She brings her own bags because it saves money. So it saves money and it's good for the environment. So that would be true as well. So now what I want everybody to do is to write how it is that you save money when you go shopping. Okay. Ahora lo que quiero es que todos ustedes escriban una mínimo unas 5 oraciones de cómo es que ustedes ahorran dinero cuando deciden ir de compras a la tienda. Ok. Así parecido a lo que acabamos de leer, pero que es exactamente lo que ustedes hacen. Mínimo 5 oraciones. I know we're being recorded right now, so I'll just continue, but for the next class, everybody can share what they wrote. Sé que estamos ahorita, es una grabación, así que voy a continuar, pero quiero que escriban eso y en la próxima clase pueden compartir qué es lo que ustedes escribieron y qué es lo que hacen para ahorrar dinero cuando van de compras. Okay. And we are going, okay. Okay, so now what we are going to see, this is the last thing I think I'm going to do. So the class isn't too long, and then we'll go through the exercises for unit 7 in the next class. What we see here is when we refer to something singular, right? We say a or an, right? So a car, a baby. And we use and when the word starts that we're talking about, the singular thing, when it starts with a vowel, right? Which is A, E, I, O, U, right? So an apple, an elephant, an ice cream, an orange, an umbrella, right? So cuando estamos hablando de algo singular, usamos a. Ahora se usa an cuando la palabra de lo que estamos hablando que es singular empieza con una vocal que es A, E, I, O, U, ¿verdad? Then we have, for plural, we use any and some, right? So some is going to be affirmative, right? And any is going to be negative, right? So we need an onion, right? That's a singular and it starts with an O, so that's why we use an. And then we have some because we have the plural of onions. So an or some, right? And then we have the use when it's negative, you don't have it, right? So we don't have any onions. We don't have onions. We don't have any flour and we don't have flour. Okay. And I'm going to send you guys some more information about count and non-count nouns. And this is where I'm going to stop and we will continue class on Monday. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending class.